School. It's time for Colonels basketball. The Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country. I am Kyle Haney with my esteemed colleague and broadcast partner, Agent Zero, the Big O, Oscar Briggs. And Oscar, we're up in Livingston tonight. That means it's the Nelson County Governors and the Altavista Colonels set to tip off here on 105.5.
Yeah, up in Nelson County, as always, a beautiful drive up. Last time we were here was for football season, and now we're here to watch the Altavista Colonels see if they can repeat a win that they had when Nelson came down to Altavista. Of course, Altavista did win that game 66-37.
Yes, second time through the order here, the quote-unquote district schedule, what's left of the Dogwood District anyway. Altavista getting the win when these two teams locked up. Last time the Colonels were on the hardwood was the game you heard, or maybe you saw it down in Ringgold Friday against the Dan River Wildcats. Good ball game there. The Colonels do fall 44-38 to the Dan River Wildcats. Oscar and I'm sure we'll get our chance again to give our thoughts on that game. And, of course, I got a chance to catch up with the head coach, Mike Cardallero, and asked him a few questions regarding that game Friday that the Colonels had. You know, it was really a gritty, gutty performance by Altavista. Oscar on the glass, and defensively just really couldn't get enough shots to fall there, particularly in the second half against Dan River.
Yeah, Dan River did a great job of shutting down Demetrius Johnson, too. You shut him down, he gets no points in the second half, and it's going to be difficult under any circumstance when that happens that Altavista can pull out a win.
Yeah, Darius, the leading scorer for the Altavista Colonels, so when he gets held to 0 points in the second half, you said it, going to be tough to get a victory. You probably hear this Nelson County crowd coming alive. It's the Subway pregame show. The Simple Six menu is here at Subway. Value made simple every day. Choose from our best 6-inch sub sandwiches, a bag of chips, and a 20-ounce drink, all for just $6. That's the Simple Six menu at Subway.
All that and a bag of chips.
All that and a bag of chips. We're bringing back that saying. The 90s are alive and well here on the broadcast tonight. Well, let's hear from the head coach, Mike Cardallero, around the corner. It's the Altavista Colonels. It's the Nelson County Governors. You've got yourself a ringside seat on 105.5 KD Country.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
How bad is it, Doctor?
We've done all we can. Your heat pump's not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
Honey, it's going to be okay. We'll call Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, 332-2600. With over 60 years experience, they'll have us comfortable again in no time.
I recommend Select Air to all my patients. Call 332-2600 or visit selectairmechanical.com. They can handle all your home comfort needs, and they're an authorized trained dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family. See your friends at Highview Motors. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
My friends call me the perfectionist, but English's Building Supply, my neighborhood Glidden paint dealer, they greet me by name. You see, I like to get things exactly right, especially when it comes to my painting projects. So I'm at English's Building Supply a lot, whether it's mixing the perfect Glidden paint for my project or offering great incentives. They do business just the way I like it, perfectly. English's on North Main Street, Altavista.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns with the head coach, Mike Cardallero. Coach C, last time we saw you guys, you were in action down in Ringgold. You lost 44-38 to the Dan River Wildcats. You and I just spoke about it just a second ago. Seemed like you rebounded and played defensively well. Just couldn't get the shots when you needed them. Talk about the way the game unfolded there in the latter part of the third quarter and then into the fourth.
Well, before we actually got into that point, I thought we played pretty well, real well defensively. We switched up a little bit. Our goal was to keep them out of the lane. They really drive and get in the lane and throw it up on the glass, and that's where they beat people really bad on the glass. But we won the boards 30-24 overall, so that was a victory and a big victory in trying to win a game like that. Late in the third, we stole the momentum away, went up 5. and as the clock was running out, they hit a big three, and that kind of deflated our guys. We had to try to get them back up, for the fourth quarter. A 5-point lead there is, certainly huge in a game like that. Fourth quarter, we just really couldn't get shots to fall. We just couldn't do it. The defense was good enough. Our offense wasn't quite good enough.
Well, you got to move on, obviously. What was the message Saturday and then again Monday in practice and then before the game here tonight? What's the message as far as moving on? Is it something? I know it's not easy to move on from a loss like that, but you have to. And you guys have been good about that in years past, about bouncing back from defeats.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we have to do. It's too late in the year. You can't dwell on a loss. You got to pick yourself back up. Got to play, knowing you're going to get everybody's best shot. But a lot of positives came out of that game. Don Montague's really playing well for us right now, and hopefully our bench is going to continue to improve. And now we're getting Demetrius back, so some pluses came out of that. I think we can change up a little bit defensively here or there. Some things that you might be able to do down the road, tournament time, 1 or 2 possessions, can make a difference in a game. So we got to get back up for tonight with Nelson and play, and we've got Demetrius back, so we're excited about trying to get him back in the mix.
Yeah, start of a 4-game week for you guys up here in Lovingston against the Governors of Nelson County. You took it to them pretty good the first time, but again, it's never easy to go on the road, and Nelson is one of those places that typically gives a lot of teams, not just you guys, some trouble to go up to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a tough spot for us over the years. We've played some pretty good games lately, but I can certainly remember back when we've had some problems at Nelson. So we got to be ready tonight. We've got to go out there focused. We know that they're going to give us their best shot, and everybody's comfortable on our home floor. So we've got to be ready when the game starts, and we've got to have really good intensity, and we've got to make sure that we're doing things that we did Friday night against Dan River, which were some positives. We've got to continue to do that.
A couple more questions here with the head coach of the Altavista Colonels, Mike Cardellaro. It is a 4-game week. Your fitness has never been a problem with your guys, but do you maybe ration out the minutes some and change your substitution patterns just so you are fresh as the week goes on?
Well, we've certainly talked about that because we've never played a 4-game week, and I've really refused to do it in the past, but we didn't have a choice this time. So we're back-to-back tonight with Nelson and then Brookville, and then we got a day, and then we're back-to-back with Chatham and Appomattox. At least the positives there, 3 of the 4 at home. But as far as rationing out minutes and being very careful, absolutely, that's part of what we've got to do this week to really try to survive this. Hopefully play well and try to survive the 4 games.
All right, final question here. Inquiring minds want to know from the Dan River game. It looked like you guys appeared to go into a zone defense there at one point. Were you just sagging off and Dan River was just sort of working around the perimeter so it looked like a zone? Are you going to play this one close to the vest here, or are you going to give us the straight answer?
I think everybody's waiting to hear that one. We actually switched up a little bit defensively, and we felt like we kept them off guard with it.
So we certainly caught the broadcasters off guard.
Yeah, I thought maybe that would have probably gotten a few people. We did switch up. I'm probably not going to say a whole lot about it other than the guys actually executed really well, and we felt like that they were frustrated. And that's what we wanted to do. And, it is what it is. We felt like we had to do a couple things a little bit different at their place, and that's out of total respect for Dan River without Demetrius, and it worked. Pretty well. We gave ourselves a chance. So I'm not going to say a whole lot more than that, but yes, great observation on your part.
I'm surprised you said that much. All right, final question for the shout-outs. You're not changing up the black turtleneck on us, are you?
No, that's not going to happen. That's going to stay the same for sure.
All right, well, we'll get the full story about that as the week goes on because I know there's a good backstory about the outfit that you wear. Take us to the shout-outs here against Nelson County.
All right, big Colonel shout-outs, as always, to my father who is listening in, a real Colonel fan. My buddy William and his family are listening in. Ann and Chris way up in Maryland, and Minnie and sunny Orlando are listening. Micah in Manassas with his family. Sarah Swanson and Miss Drumheller, who attends all the home games, and I'm sure they're excited about the 3 games in 4 days at home. They'll be right there on the front row. And I failed to add Glenn and Linda Miller of Miller's Jewelry, who have been huge supporters of Altavista basketball and Altavista High School and the community all in itself. They're not able to make the games at home or away, but they listen to KDE for all the games. So a big shout out to Glenn and Linda and anybody that's out there. It's getting to be tournament time, so give us a yell and we'll get some names on.
Stretch drive starts here tonight, 4-game week for the Colonels. Nelson County and Altavista about to tip in 10 minutes on 105.5 WKDE.
When you have more mortgage options, you'll be in a better buying situation, and I can help. I'm Courtney Woody with First National Bank, and we offer a wide variety of loans right here in Central Virginia. So if you want a more custom mortgage for a new home or to lower your existing monthly payment, contact me, Courtney Woody, at First National Bank in Windhurst. We've been focused on local customers just like you for 100-plus years. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We're back at Bug Motors on Highway 29, 3 miles south of the Lynchburg Airport. We're talking with Joe, one of the owners at Bug Motors.
Hey, thanks, Dave. You know, here at Bug Motors, we take our customer service as our highest priority. That's why we have our ASE certified master technicians go through every vehicle before it hits the lot, making sure we can deliver our highest quality product to the public. We not only want to take care of the customer beforehand, but for the years to come as well. And remember, you can buy a car anywhere, but you can only buy us here at Bug Motors. Visit bugmotors.com for more information.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns here from Nelson County. Make sure you check out the new grilled chicken strips at Subway. No artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives. All white meat, premium cut chicken that is expertly prepared, lightly seasoned, and then grilled to perfection. The new grilled chicken strips at Subway, they taste better and they are better. Oscar, I had those on Friday, of course, today when Eleanor Haney, our sound engineer, and I went into Subway. I think we got the new A-team working at Subway now. Mark and Stephanie, they always seem to be doing an excellent job, and I even tried a new creation on the flat Tisa today. It's all great stuff at Subway, brother.
Well, Stephanie's been on the A-team for some while now, and, you know, Mark's certainly a valued addition to that group. And I went Subway Melt today. I hadn't done that in a while.
The old school, the classic Subway Melt, that is a nice pick. This matchup tonight is, of course, a matchup that goes back a ways. Let's turn back the clock to Friday night. The Dan River Wildcats getting the 44-38 win. As I mentioned, you heard it live on 105.5, or maybe you're at the game. If you're at the game, it was a pretty interesting sight there towards the end with the excitement and everything that was going on. Good ball game, back and forth for a while. Colonels had a 5-point lead in the third quarter a couple of times, actually. They had a 5-point lead. It was cut into. Then they brought it back to 5. And then Dan River in the fourth quarter just, as I mentioned, played some really good lockdown defense on Altavista. Colonels couldn't score much. And Dan River picked a great time to get hot from the free throw line.
He did. And Michi, you heard Coach Carnelero allude to it. Michi hit that big three. And then Q Stevens, not much time left at the end of the third quarter. Q Stevens came down and hit that NBA three, and that really was a momentum changer. You can certainly feel that energized the crowd and really turned the ball game around for Dan River.
Yeah, I used to talk about the trampoline effect with the momentum. You're either way up or you're way down. You bounce back and forth. There's not much in between. Similar situation there. I mean, when Michi hit that shot, looked like the Colonels had all the momentum. And then you said it, Q Stevens runs down, gets the shot in before the buzzer, NBA range three, and just snatches all the momentum right back for Dan River, and they seem to really ride that in the fourth. Bouncing back now becomes the issue for the Colonels. They had 2 chances to get in the gym Saturday and Monday. And then the other big bonus that makes it easier to bounce back is the return of the big man, Demetrius Johnson, on the inside for Altavista.
Yeah, that is a big comeback. And you got to wonder, number one, what his condition in, and number two is he going to have full range of motion with that shoulder that was injured? We'll find out both those answers tonight. I'm sure that we'll see plenty of Demetrius tonight.
Yeah, Coach Carnelero said he may not play his usual number of minutes just because they want to take it easy on him. And it is a 4-game week as well. He may try and take it easy on everybody and mix the minutes around like you heard in the pregame interview. So we'll see just how much Demetrius plays, and then we'll see exactly what you pointed out, Oscar. Is the range of motion there, and does he feel good? And, Demetrius, let's not undersell his abilities. I mean, he's a guy that when he left was he's actually statistically leading the team in points per game. He doesn't lead the team in total points. That's his brother Darius Johnson that does that. But Demetrius also, as far as rebounds per game, he's ahead in that category as well at 9.8. So he is obviously one of the main cogs in the wheel for the Altavista Colonel.
Well, Demetrius plays more that true power forward type game, and not that he's not athletic, because he certainly is, but he certainly relies on his physicality to hit the boards, and we'll have to see how that shoulder holds up. And I like Coach Cardallero and Angel Emerson and the doctor's approach. They've been very conservative with it. The Colonels have been able to come through that 3-week period pretty well unscathed, not losing any unexpected games.
Yeah, you'd love to have him in there, but you'd really love to have him in the playoffs. So, yeah, take your time, ease him back in there, make sure he's fully healed before you do get him on the hardwood. No point to rush him back in there. We're going to step aside for another timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk about the Governors. We'll get some starting lineups and a little bit more. The best place for high school basketball on the radio. Make that the only place. You better hurry up and know it. It's 105.5 KD Country.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. Serving families since 1905.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show back once again. Don't forget about mysubwaycard.com. That's the Subway rewards card. Things are changing just a little bit. Go to mysubwaycard.com. You'll get 50 free points for registering your card. It's a $1 a point. And Oscar, I'm looking at the card right now. A cookie is 10 points, drink 20 points, 50 points will get you a 6-inch sub or a Flateza. So you get 50 free points for signing up. That's basically getting a free 6-inch sub just for signing up.
And we know how much Robert Duff likes to give subs away.
Absolutely.
I mean, he loves it. You have a shout out, don't you?
I do have a few shout outs. Can I save that for a little bit?
Yeah. Okay.
Or you want to do it now?
No, you save it.
Let's save it for a little bit.
You're the one.
Yeah, we got some good shout-outs to come here. Let's talk about the Nelson County Governors just a little bit before we get into some shout-outs. Govs come in at 4-11. I believe they had 4 wins the first time around Altavista played them. So winless since then. They've played some competitive ball games. They've got some guys that can score, and they got some guys that impressed us the last time around. Brandon Gray had 14 points, and the Governors will rotate a lot of different guys in there, and a lot of different guys will touch the basketball, and a lot of different guys will shoot the basketball.
Yeah, the guys that stuck out, as you just mentioned, Brandon Gray with 14, Nick McGarry had 5, and Tyler Major had 7. Those were the leaders for the Nelson County Governors last time.
Governors coached by Brandon Garrett. And of course, the last time the Altavista Colonels did play Nelson County, there was no Demetrius Johnson. There was also no Michi Malbeck in that game. That was the game he decided to rest the ankle. Well, he and the coaching staff and trainer Angela Emerson all got together and said might be better off to rest the ankle a little bit. You know, in hindsight, Oscar, think about how well Michi's played since then. Maybe that was just what the doctor ordered, taking the night off.
I think it exactly was what the doctor ordered because, you know, I didn't think about it until you mentioned it, but he has absolutely been spot on since he came back. He's, you know, taken it to a whole nother level. So, you know, who knows if that little nagging injury, you know, might have been the thing that was holding him back.
Yeah, Malbeck, 18 last time out against Dan River, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. It was a really nice game, and if you recall in that third quarter against Dan River, he was the big spark for the Colonels, keeping it going for them and really dropping in a lot of points. Subway pregame show almost wrapped up here. National Anthem time right around the corner. Before we get to that, let's tell you about the folks that make our broadcast possible. English Building Supply, your complete home center, and your Atrium Vinyl Window headquarters. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and comfortable in between. Highview Motors GMC, from small to tall, Highview has it all. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. The First National Bank, focused on providing an extraordinary customer experience. Bug Motors, over 40 cars and trucks in stock just minutes south of the airport on Route 29. Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, your authorized Train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Services, a family serving family since 1905. Fellers Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. Check out all the games on YouTube, rebroadcast on demand for you, courtesy of Fellers Chevrolet. And our live internet broadcast at kdcountry.com is brought to you by Chris Owen, your Allstate agent in Lynchburg. Basketball fans are always in good hands with Allstate agent Chris Owen. This is, of course, the Subway pregame show. We talked about Subway giving away some 6-inch subs. You can get a 6-inch sub just for signing up with the KD Country Reached app. That's REACHT. Download it from your app store. It's our most exciting interactive fan experience. We give you a chance, to answer the questions about things that are important to you, like high school basketball, sports, country music, all of the above. The Reached app has been getting really good these days, and you can win free stuff. And, of course, when we get another 100 members, we'll give away another $100 Visa gift card. Chriselle Cochran won our first $100 Visa gift card. I know she was pretty pumped about that. Starters being announced for both ball clubs. And they'll do the national anthem after the starters get announced here. Some places do the anthem first, then the starters, Oscar. We'll just switch it up a little bit, but nothing that we can't accommodate.
No, and a little bit different starting lineup tonight for Nelson County than we saw previously. We're starting number 0, Tyler Major. Number 1, Aaron Floyd. Number 3, Najah Taylor. Number 15, Roman Bridge. And number 44, Mason Roby. So a little bit different starting lineup than what we saw last night.
It is. We mentioned that Nelson will use a bunch of different players, so maybe the starting lineup is not as important for them. We'll get you the Colonel starters after the national anthem. Tip-off about 90 seconds away here on 105.5 KD Country.
Our thanks to these members of the KD Country Sports Club.
El Cerrito in Altavista. Throw on a sombrero. Shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only at El Cerrito.
Robertson Auto Sales, Lynchburg. Dealers with a passion for great quality pre-owned vehicles. We love cars and trucks, and it shows in our inventory.
Aubrey Rosser, attorney at law, going above and beyond the courtroom. Your choice for any and all legal advice. Serving Altavista, Lynchburg, and Roanoke areas.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
Mad Biddy's Antiques, 105 Wood Lane, just off of Main Street. Come find what you didn't know you were looking for.
Dairy Free, serving ice cream, yogurt, fries, hamburger, hot dogs, and fresh chili since 1961 from their Main Street location.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
How bad is it, Doctor?
We've done all we can. Your heat pump's not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
Honey, it's going to be okay. We'll call Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, 332-2600. With over 60 years experience, they'll have us comfortable again in no time.
I recommend Select Air to all my patients. Call 332-2600 or visit selectairmechanical.com. They can handle all your home comfort needs, and they're an authorized trained dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
National anthem just wrapping up here at Nelson County. They got a little bit of a late start due to a technical difficulty, and we'll let it play out. Yeah, those CD players and MP3 players, Oscar, they tend to act up when you need them most. We've had our share of technical difficulties.
And Marty's and tie
That's
lines,
right.
and those gremlins are out there, and when they jump up and grab you, they certainly. You should be prepared. You're not always prepared.
No, the trouble seems to strike always at the worst moment. Let's see what kind of trouble the Altavista starting lineup is going to bring tonight, Mr. Briggs.
The Altavista Colonels are going with a senior lineup tonight. Michi Malbeck, Juan Thornhill, Donovan Montague, Demetrius, and Darius Johnson.
All seniors in the lineup. Nice to get Demetrius back in the starting lineup. And nice to see Donovan in the starting lineup. You know, Donnie has started some ball games while Demetrius has been out. It had been Josh McClure, the fifth Beatle, as we were calling him for a while, that was joining the big four of Malbeck, Thornhill, and the Johnson brothers. Now it's Donovan Montague, and I think well-deserved. Donnie's been playing great ball.
Nothing against Josh, but Donovan certainly played his way into the starting lineup.
Colonels at jump circle. That's Darius Johnson and Mason Roby. Roby got a piece of it on the way down, and Nelson County will control after the tip. 7:52. There's Michi Malbeck with an early steal at midcourt. Michi finger roll lay-in is good. Michi Malbeck taking it away from guard Tyler Major right there at half court. Then the nice finish on the other end. Colonels lead 2-0. 7:40 into the Select Air first quarter.
Colonel's up and man-to-man, and I felt it necessary to say that.
Yeah, for about the past 10 or 15 years, we haven't had to say that, but now maybe you do. A little bit of a backstory there. If you didn't hear the interview with Coach Mike Cardellaro, we'll fill in the gaps for you later on. This is Najee Taylor moving slowly to his right, circling the defense, backs it out. He's guarded by Juan Thornhill. Thornhill giving him a full 6 feet. Roby pops to the left wing. Now he'll throw down low, looking for Major. That's knocked away. Basketball will go to the Altavista Colonels, and they'll say a tripping foul by Aaron Floyd there on Nelson County. It is hockey season, but you don't see the tripping foul called very much on the hardwood.
No, nice defense. Michi Malbeck stepped in, got his hand on the ball, and had really taken the ball away and was headed this direction.
Colonel's first real offense possession. Darius Johnson, middle of the lane. Jumper won't go. Brother Demetrius has the rebound. Kicks it out left wing to Donovan Montague. Now middle of the court. They're pulling it over to Michi Malbeck. 6:50 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. It's a 2-0 Altavista Colonel lead. Colonels on the road, in the road jerseys. Black with the orange trim. Orange Altavista written above the number. Everybody's got black socks. Most everybody with the gray shoes except for Michi Malbeck sporting the black shoes. Montague controls near sideline. 1 foot inside of it. Throws it low post to Darius Johnson. Johnson spin move off the bank and in. Nice job by Darius Johnson. Really double-teamed and then triple-teamed at the end of the play, converts the basket.
Well, Roby's very physical with either Darius or Demetrius. He was that way with them last game, and he's starting off this game the same way. Very physical play down low.
Governor's moving left to right from our perspective courtside here at Nelson County. One pass batted away. Darius Johnson trying to control it. That's Roman Bridge that finds the handle for Nelson County. Major threw it away. Darius with the steal up ahead to Juan Thornhill. Thornhill wanted the layup or the dunk, but going to have to back it out and control the possession here. Colonel's up 4-0. Third time touching the basketball on offense. Montague, low post, shovels it underneath for Demetrius, but out of bounds. Demetrius could not grab a hold of it, and it's Governor basketball. They trail 4-0, 5:49 to play in the first.
And Demetrius hadn't had a lot of time with this combination of people on the floor, so, that getting his timing back may be a little bit of an issue.
Long jumper, too strong by Tyler Major, and it's rebounded by Juan Thornhill at the free throw line. Juan looking for Michi, pass a little too high and a little too hot, out of bounds, turnover there. Governors will take over. 5:34 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. 4-0 is your Altavista Colonel lead. Governors Najah Taylor will walk it into the front court. Nelson County in the home whites. Yellow number, green Nelson written above the number. They got the cool trim down the side, alternating white, green, and yellow down the side. Marquette, I believe, has similar unis, just with the blue color scheme. It's a good look. I think one of those teams in Hoosiers had some uniforms that looked like that. I can't remember who it was. Indianapolis Prep or somebody like that. Mason Roby out to the half-court stripe to catch the pass, and he ends up throwing it away, going down near sideline looking for Aaron Floyd. Another turnover for the Governors. Nelson County yet to score. And we're 3 minutes into the ball game here from Livingston.
A little bit puzzled as to why Brandon Gray hadn't seen any action on the floor yet. Of course, he led them with 15 last time they played the Colonels, but yet to enter the game.
Yeah, he's a dynamic scoring threat. He can do it inside. He can step out and shoot the three as well. Demetrius Johnson will pop out. They send it left wing to Malbeck. Malbeck, short bounce pass to Darius Johnson. Now brother Demetrius has it. Knockdown jumper from 16 feet. Demetrius Johnson just cans one from beyond the free throw line. Colonel's lead 6-0.
A confident stroke there. He looked good, too.
He really did. Looked like he's been here the whole time. Oh, nice backdoor cut by Roby, and Roby will get the first basket for Nelson County. Mason Roby, the big man, 6'4", 210, streaking to the bucket, catches the bounce pass off the window and in for two. Thornhill on the baseline, cut off, nearly out of bounds.
You see, he actually raised up on his toes to keep him going on the baseline. Nice awareness of where he was by one.
That's impressive. Bounce pass, right elbow goes to Demetrius Johnson. Now right-hand corner to Donovan Montague. Inside to Darius Johnson. Johnson fouled, hoop and the harm. Count the bucket for Darius Johnson. 8-2, the Altavista Colonel lead. And Darius with a chance to increase the lead from the free throw stripe.
And didn't see who they called that on. If it was on Roby, that's his second.
Yeah, I didn't either, and they're not putting the fouls up on the board here. Free throw up for Darius Johnson is good. So the Colonels do extend that lead. 9-2 with 3:57 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. Select Air repairs and new installations too. Select Air does it all with prompt and courteous service. Nelson County basketball, far corner from us. It goes down to Major, now top of the key to Najah Taylor. Taylor, crossover dribble, guarded tightly by Thornhill. He'll give it up to Roman Bridge. Bridge thinking about a spot up three, hasn't used the dribble yet. Now he does so to his left. Aaron Floyd has it inside back to Roman Bridge, blocked away partially by Demetrius Johnson. Ball back going the other way for the Colonels. Michi's finger hole won't go down. Thought he got fouled. Thornhill gets the rebound, brings it back out to the three-point line. Spin move about 10 feet away. Juan is fouled. He will go to the basket now to shoot a pair of free throws.
And they are calling that in the act of shooting. He will go to the line and shoot two.
Malbeck and the official going to talk things over about the previous play there. Thornhill's first free throw up and good. Nice confident looking stroke from Juan Thornhill. 10-2, the Altavista Colonels lead. Changes coming now for Nelson County. They'll bring Stephen Tuso in the ball game. He joins Roman Bridge, Daquan Bell. I got to spot the other Governors now. Free throw no good by Juan Thornhill. Recovered by Darius, but one dribble out of bounds. Other Nelson County players on the floor right now are Tyler Major. And is it Najah Taylor still out there? So there's your five for Nelson County, although it took me a while to get it. Governors do get it into the front court. High man-to-man pressure there from Altavista. Three ball up from Nelson County is good. That's Tyler Major from just right of center, reining in the three-pointer. Up ahead it goes to Montague. Donnie took some contact, and you hear the whistle blow. Shot won't go down, but Montague headed to the free throw stripe to shoot a pair.
Nice job with Donovan getting towards the hoop and knowing the contact was coming, getting that shot off. Colonel's lead 10-5, 3:02 remaining here in the first quarter. Donovan going to the line shooting 2.
Starters still on the court for the visitors, the Altavista Colonels. That's Montague, the brothers Johnson, both Demetrius and Darius, Thornhill and Malbeck. But Nelson Dews is at the table. Looks like he's going to wait, so that means he's going in for the shooter, Donovan Montague. Donnie sank the first, second one on the way. Deep knee bend, right-handed shooter shot is up. Nothing but net, and Donovan will exit for a much-needed breather. 12-5, Colonels lead.
One of the issues that the Colonels are having here that certainly saw it in the JV game is this floor is in need of being finished again. Beautiful facility here at Nelson County, but the floor is slick.
Great point by you, Oscar. We saw a lot of slipping and sliding in the JV game. That junior varsity game went to overtime. JV Governors got the win 46-42. Poke away there by Demetrius Johnson. Can't control it, though, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Nelson County. Daquan Bell will do the honors on the inbound. Near sideline. Smacks the ball once with his hands. Chest pass in the corner to Tyler Major. Major left-hand dribble. Throws it right wing to Najah Taylor. Taylor hasn't used his dribble yet. Now he will, and back it up away. Thornhill guarding him tightly. Taylor looking for some help. Bounce pass down low to Steven Tuso. Jump shot from 12 feet won't go down. Good hustle play by Roman Bridge to stave it in. Gets it inbounds to Daquan Bell. That shot won't go. Loose ball play for it. Bell has it back. Throws it in the corner. Free ball coming from Taylor. No good. Rebound by Nelson Dews in the right post there for the Altavista Colonels.
Wild sequence on that end of the floor.
Johnson down low, right side of the paint. Oh, short one won't go down. Demetrius looking for the rebound, can't grab it. Last touch off of Altavista. Crowd starting to come to life here at Nelson County. That JV game really had the crowd coming to life, Oscar. This gym, I pointed out, it's bigger than a lot of places, but it's louder than a lot of places. Usually those Pittsylvania County gyms, Gretna, Dan River, Chatham, get very loud. This Nelson County gym gets really loud.
It is loud. They're on 125 people here, but it's a loud gym. It always has been.
Sure. Najah Taylor, crossover dribble, finds Major at the free throw line. Major lost the handle. Mad dash for it. It's still loose. Nelson Dews trying to save it for the Colonels. He does. Good hustle play by Nelson. Juan going to get bumped out of bounds right here in front of us on the near sideline. Left-hand sideline for the Colonels. Great play by Nelson. He sort of tapped it along the floor, then raced after it, dove, kept it in bounds. Shoulder was nearly out of bounds, but the basketball and none of Nelson's body ever touched the sideline. Colonels get it in bounds. First action tonight for Josh McClure, who checks in the ball game. 1:37 left to play in the first. 12-5, Altavista leads. Thornhill's going to put the ball in his chest, taking the air out of it for a little bit. Sorry, Deflategate reference there. Right wing, it goes to Malbeck. Malbeck thinking about a three. It's a zone defense from Nelson County. Colonels taking their time. Montague catches left corner. McClure thought about giving it back to him. McClure lost it. Thornhill recovers the loose ball. 10-footer won't go down. Juan's got his own rebound at the free throw line. Malbeck thinking about a step-back three. No, passes it to Juan instead. High-pressure defense out on the perimeter for Nelson County, especially considering they're playing a zone. McClure lost it. Do the Governors have full possession? No, they're going to call jump ball. That's Najah Taylor and Daquan Bell getting in there along with Josh McClure to tie it up. Colonel's possession arrow favors them. So they'll get the basketball here on the sideline with 59 seconds in the first.
Sorry, Colonel's a little sloppy here the last couple minutes.
Yeah, Nelson County's defensive pressure is seeming to cause the Colonels some problems. Thornhill, left-hand dribble, backdoor cut to Malbeck. Malbeck tried the baseline runner, wouldn't go down. Rebound from Najah Taylor and the Nelson County Governors. Major, he'll try the baseline, cut off by McClure. He dishes to a teammate. Pass never found its way there. And Major got it back, but the second shot was taken away. Montague has it front court. Juan Thornhill, jump shot, step in front of the three-point line. No good. Rebound controlled by Najah Taylor. He'll go up far sideline, bringing it up himself. Left-hand dribble, throws it to the hoop. Wild play. He's a little out of control, but he drew the foul on, I believe, Josh McClure, who could never get his feet set there. This will be the first time that the Governors have stepped to the free throw line here with 22 seconds left in the first quarter. It's a 12-5 Colonel lead.
It's also the first foul on the Colonels. Taylor at the line shooting two.
First one up, no good for Najah Taylor, 5'10", senior guard for Nelson County. Changes for the Colonels. They'll send Demetrius Johnson back in for Josh McClure. On the court right now, you have Juan Thornhill, Donovan Montague, Nelson Dews, Demetrius Johnson, and Michi Malbeck. This is sort of the lineup that we saw a lot at Dan River, and we've seen it a lot since Demetrius has been out. Both free throws no good. Rebound recovered there at the right block by Donovan Montague. 3 ball up from Michi Malbeck. Too strong. Rebounded middle of the lane by Demetrius Johnson. Throws it back out. Colonels have 11 seconds. Now down to 9. Malbeck, chest pass to Thornhill, middle of the court. Juan tried to gun it down low to Darius, but the pass was swatted away. Nelson County can't really control the ball, and Tyler Major steps out of bounds on the far sideline. Altavista will inbound there with 3.6 seconds left in the quarter. Plenty of time for a catch and shoot.
Nelson County's done a good job of mixing defenses. They're backing a man-to-man now.
Yep, Colonels lead 12-5. Here comes the inbound play. Thornhill bounces it to Nelson Dews. Nelson Dews, really long three, too short, out of bounds. There's the buzzer to end the first quarter. Altavista, a good first quarter, but Nelson County defensive adjustments kept them in the ball game too. Colonels lead 12-5. Second quarter on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family and see your friends. At Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
12-5. Colonels lead here in the beautiful gymnasium up at Nelson County. We're just about to start the second quarter. Mr. Briggs, you were talking about shout-outs, and I believe you were talking about the shout-out that we have to send to Merle and Harry Alvis celebrating the 42nd wedding anniversary. Wow, I mean, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. That'll get your juices flowing right there. 42 years of marriage for the Alvises, and, of course, without that, we wouldn't have the one and only Bob Alvis. So big shout-out to those two. Don't know if they're listening or not, but I'm sure Bob will let them know that it happened, and they can tune in on YouTube. Another couple out there, Glenn and Linda Miller, listening down in Altavista. Homer. Absolute
Homer Miller, one of my favorites.
12-5, Colonels lead. Nelson County ball to start the second quarter. That's Aaron Floyd with it, right wing. Pass got knocked away. Roman Bridge gathered it. Now Mason Roby down low. Turnaround jumper won't go. Juan rebounds right in front of the rim for the Colonels. 7:30 left to play in the second quarter. Bounce pass to Donovan Montague. Monty tries it from right in front of us. No good. Demetrius Johnson on the rebound. He is fouled on the stick-back attempt. Might have been on Roby, although it looks like Najah Taylor was in the area as well, and they will call it on Taylor. 7:25 to go in the Select Air second quarter. Colonels up 12-5.
Colonels leading 12-5 after the first quarter, leading by 7, and that was the exact same differential when they were in Altavista. Of course, it was 16-9, but still a 7-point lead after the first quarter.
Interesting point there. I think Brandon Garrett has tried his best to change up the defensive strategies. We've talked about they've gone to a man-to-man, they've gone to a zone. He's trying his best from the bench there, and that's not to say the players aren't. They're giving their all as well.
Colonel's 4 out of 5 from the free throw line in the first quarter.
Yeah, doing a nice job, 2 there, so that makes them 6 out of 7. Good job by Darius from the charity stripe. 14-5, Altavista leading. 7 minutes to play. 3 ball on the way from Nelson County. Back plate, no good. Rebounded by Thornhill again. Boy, Juan's collecting some boards here tonight. Poked away by Aaron Floyd on the near sideline there. Ballback was looking for Demetrius Johnson.
Juan is collecting some rebounds, but certainly appears that the lid's on the basket for Juan.
Lid on the basket for Juan so far. We'll see if that changes here in the second quarter.
It was at Dan River.
Sure. So. Juan walking it over to the right wing with the right hand dribble. Demetrius will pop to the top of the key. Cross court it goes to Michi Malbeck. 6:42 left to play in the second quarter. Demetrius extra step there, and they will whistle him for the traveling violation. That maybe is the first time that we've seen a mistake from Demetrius that we can chalk up to rust. He probably doesn't do that normally. Nelson County working hard to get the ball inbounds. Thornhill playing some high-pressure D. Now he'll back off, and Najah Taylor will jog it into the front court for Nelson County. 6:30 left to play. 14-5 advantage for Altavista. Top of the key, Roman Bridge has it. Couple ball fakes on the pass, no dribble. Gets it over to Najah Taylor. Nelson County Governor player hit the deck. Good man-to-man defense from the Colonels. Jumper up by Taylor, too strong. Rebounded by Demetrius Johnson, and now you're going to get a technical foul, and perhaps a double technical. And let's see and get it sorted out. One of these is on Altavista. They pointed at Michi Malbeck. Little extra stuff after the play. Now the referee.
Double technical. Looks like this is going to be the call.
He gave the intentional foul sign as well. Maybe it was 2 intentional fouls and then a technical afterwards. This is the time where the NBA broadcasters and the college broadcasters, Oscar, have such an advantage because they're sitting at the scorer's table, or at least near it, right behind it, beside the official scorer. So when the referee comes over, they can just take the headset off and listen in. We don't have that luxury tonight, and we had one of these down at Dan River where we were sort of clueless as to what happened.
This is the same official that had the little speech with talk with Michi earlier, so you have to wonder if he didn't tell him he was going to be on a short leash from here on in.
It's very possible. The officials talked things over with both coaches. Now the officials huddling up and conferring, and we should be able to sort it out based on the free throws. Nelson County has 16 fouls. Altavista has 1. We'll keep an eye on that total and see what happens there. 6:18 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. It's a 14-5 Altavista lead. Stoppage in play. Najah Taylor shot a 18-foot jump shot top of the key. The rebound was long, controlled by Altavista, but there were some extracurriculars on the box out between Michi Malbeck and a Nelson County player.
Tyler Major.
That's what I thought. I thought it was Tyler Major. Malbeck is going to go to the free throw line for Altavista, so it was at least a double foul of some sort. Michi is going to do the honor shooting for the Colonels. And officials still talking things over. They're not ready to give Michi the basketball just yet. Malbeck, senior guard for the Altavista Colonels. If you've tuned into any of these games, you've heard Michi Malbeck's name before. Same thing in football. First one good. Second one on the way. And I have a feeling if our intuition serves us correctly, Oscar, Nelson County is going to turn around and do the same thing as far as the free throws go. Second one up, good backspin from Michi on that, and he cans both of them. 16-5, Colonel stretch the lead out to 11. And, yeah, Najah Taylor will be shooting 2 shots for Nelson County.
Taylor 0 for 2 from the line tonight. Missed his first 2 opportunities in the first quarter.
Taylor takes a step back with the right foot. Now he puts the feet even spacing. First shot rattles in and down. 16-6. I think Coach Mike Carlero wants to substitute Nelson Dews in there at some point. I'm guessing he'll go in for Michi Malbeck. That is the case. So on the court right now for the Colonels, it's Nelson Dews, Demetrius Johnson, Darius Johnson, Donovan Montague, and Juan Thornhill. Nelson County basketball to inbound. I'll tell you, Oscar, this is about the biggest lineup the Colonels can get. Steal by Nelson Dews, going ahead to Juan Thornhill. Thornhill can't get the pass. Tipped away by Aaron Floyd. Nelson County coming the other way. And Mason Roby is fouled, I believe, on Darius Johnson. Fouls on Nelson Dews, excuse me.
No, excuse me. Anytime that you have a situation where there's a double technical or a physical play, you got to start watching. The officials are immediately from that point will start calling the game a little bit tighter.
Excellent observation by you, and as they should, really. I mean, let the guys play, but you can only let them play to an extent. Spin move there by Najah Taylor. Guarded tightly by Demetrius Johnson. They'll send it out right wing, back to Taylor again. 5:55 left to play in the second. 16-7, Colonels up 9. Thornhill poked the basketball away, trying to catch it in the backcourt. Can't. Aaron Floyd beat him to the spot. Floyd, long one-handed pass cross court. It's back over to Taylor. Taylor's free ball is good. Nelson County with a spirited exchange there. They almost lost the basketball a couple times. Got it back, and it found the hands of Najah Taylor for 3.
5:30 remaining here in the second quarter. Colonels leading 16-10, but still without a field goal in this quarter.
Interesting there. Colonels, again, having a hard time adjusting to the changes from Nelson County's defense. Juan attacks the three-point line, now backs it out. They lob it, middle of the paint to Darius Johnson. Johnson, turnaround jump shot from 10 is good. Darius Johnson with a nice soft touch, fading away from the bucket. 18-10.
Nice feed in from Juan Thornhill as well.
Good ball movement there by the Colonels, and you're right, the nice feed from Juan. Taylor, he'll send it left wing to Roman Bridge. Bridge down low to Mason Roby. They ship it back to Bridge, left wing. Now it finds right wing over to Najah Taylor. Taylor taking his time, right-hand dribble, guarded by Demetrius Johnson. Taylor's about 25 feet away from the hoop. Cross court, it goes over to Major. Now down low to Roby. Roby had it swatted away by Darius Johnson. Nice job by Johnson to get the block and control it. Up ahead to Nelson Dews. They find Donovan Montague waiting on the baseline. Monty, no look at the basket. They'll get it back out to Thornhill. Juan, middle of the paint, shovels it off to Donovan Montague. Montague up and in. Nice job by Donovan Montague from the right-hand block. 20-10. Colonels have the lead back at 10.
A lot of contact on that as well. And, again, it was all down low, but nice job by Donovan staying focused and knocking that ball in.
Taylor eyeing the defense, man-to-man defense from the Altavista Colonels. It's a motion offense of some sort for Nelson County. Montague swats it away. Nelson County able to save the possession. That's Tyler Major 1 inch away from the near sideline. Again, Governor's working left to right from our perspective, south to north from our perspective. We're down here in the corner again, as we usually are when we're courtside at a lot of places.
Not because we've misbehaved, just because that's...
Yeah, we're not facing the corner. We're just in the corner. Roby catches, right wing, turnaround move, won't get a shot up, throws it back near midcourt to Floyd. Now over to Major. Major, 3-ball, fell down, tried to sell a foul there. Out of bounds off of Donovan Montague. Nice save by Roman Bridge, who just bounced it off of Donovan's knee. And it'll be Nelson County ball inbounding underneath their own scoring bucket. 3:32 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. It's a 10-point Colonel lead. And you're going to get a foul, offensive foul there on number 20, Chuck Strimmel, who just checked into the ball game for Nelson County, trying to create a little space. Ball back very quickly the other way. 15-foot jump shot from the angle wouldn't go down. Foul there. Another offensive foul. This time it's on the Colonels, trying to go after the rebound.
Call that on Darius Johnson.
His first, team's fourth. 3:26 left to play in the half. 20-10. Altavista leads. Full court pressure. Malbeck guarding Najah Taylor very tightly. Boy, a lot of guys have taken their turn at guarding Taylor, Oscar. It was Thornhill for a while, Demetrius for a while, and now Malbeck. Good ball rotation and ball movement as Major finds Chuck Strimmel for the easy 2 underneath. 20-12. Colonels lead cut to 8. Strimmel nearly got a steal. Nelson Dews, no look pass down here. Short corner to Donovan Montague. Back to Nelson Dews, near sideline. Cross court, he'll send it to the right side of the court to Michi Malbeck. In between the circles, chest pass to Juan Thornhill. Thornhill hadn't used the dribble yet. Good basketball here, Oscar, and another low-scoring game.
It is a low-scoring game, and the Colonels being very patient. Haven't really been able to figure out consistently what's going on with Nelson County.
Thornhill, spin move, leaves it off for Darius Johnson. Shot up and good off the window. Darius Johnson, good power move inside to get some space. And what about Thornhill? Attacking with the dribble, then the spin move. Defense had to collapse, and he threw it over the top to Darius.
Yeah, you can always count on Juan's playmaking. He may not be able... he may not be having the best night from the floor, but he's going to facilitate. He's going to ensure that he hits the open man every time.
I've always said Juan is going to impact the game in some way, no matter what. Free throw, no good by Darius Johnson. Long rebound tracked down by Roman Bridge. Nelson County basketball, they've got it in the front court, but 2:20 left to play in the half. Major has it, back to Floyd left of center. Josh McClure back in the ball game for the Altavista Colonels. He's guarding the basketball now in the hands of Roman Bridge. Bridge, chest pass to Floyd, left wing. Nobody in the paint for Nelson County. They're looking backdoor to Taylor. Taylor has to save it. Out of bounds, couldn't do so. This wide open, 5 out, 0 in offense for Nelson County. Trying to spread the court. Doesn't come up with anything there, and the Colonels have the 10-point lead, 22-12. Malbeck catches 1 foot away from the near sideline. Lob pass down low to Darius Johnson. Had it blocked away by Roman Bridge. Foul called there. Bridge can't believe it. Darius Johnson back to the free throw strike to shoot a pair for Altavista.
Yeah, we had a pretty good angle on that, and I don't know that Bridge doesn't have an argument. It looks like somebody got Darius. It wasn't Roman Bridge, though. Roman Bridge got all ball.
Darius Johnson, first free throw up and good. 1:52 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. Donnie and the gang will fix any electrical or mechanical problem, including ACs, heat pumps, plumbing, and more. And they'll be at your house fast, usually within 45 minutes or less. That's Select Air. Second free throw coming up for Demetrius Johnson. You can probably hear that crowd getting into it at home. It's a spirited fan base here at Nelson County. We'll talk about the, what is it, a Hawaiian luau night? Is that what it is that they got going on, Oscar?
Yep.
Both free throws good for Demetrius Johnson. It's a 24-12 lead for the Altavista Colonels, doubling up Nelson County. 1:45 left to play in the half. Malbeck guarding Najah Taylor. Taylor crossover dribble, not gaining any ground. Now he'll pass it right wing to Roman Bridge. Bridge behind the three-point line. Left-hand dribble, moving to his left, looking for help. Finds it in Strimmel. Strimmel going to throw it overhead pass back to Bridge. Tyler Major, three-pointer, in and out, no good. Long rebound, high rebound, not controlled by anybody. Now Demetrius Johnson has it. Good job by Demetrius to outlast everybody else and pull in the board. McClure down low for Thornhill. Thornhill from 2 feet away is good. 26-12. Juan Thornhill with a nice catch and shoot very quickly underneath the basket.
Nice vision by McClure, seeing Juan cut into the basket. 1:03 remaining here in the second quarter.
26-12. I'm sure Nelson County would like to cut this lead down to as much as possible. Single digits preferred, but if you can't get there, maybe 11 or 12 would be okay. Foul out on the perimeter. The foul is on Mateo Malbeck, his first. Mateo just checked into the ball game. On the court right now for the Colonels, it is both Malbeck brothers, Mateo and Michi, Demetrius Johnson, Juan Thornhill, and Josh McClure. Nelson County to inbound. They throw it in the corner to Major. Now down low to Roman Bridge. Bridge, right hand up and good from the right side of the hoop. Bridge was feeling the defensive pressure from the left and did a nice job to shield them off with his left arm. Thornhill attacking the hoop. Stopped at the edge of the paint. Over the top pass looking for Demetrius Johnson. No good. Here come Nelson County the other way. Major crossover dribble. Shake and bake move. Inside. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Mateo Malbeck. Malbeck looking for help. He'll dish it off to Juan Thornhill on the bounce pass. We're down to 24 seconds in the half. I'm guessing the Colonels hold for one here with the 12-point lead. Juan bends down, retains the dribble, left hand, chest pass, 20 feet away to Michi Malbeck. Right back to Juan between the circles. Down to 9 seconds. Colonels in no hurry. Three ball up from Mateo Malbeck. Side of the iron. No good. Rebound is loose. Collected by Nelson County. They'll put up a buzzer beater. No good. It was short. That was Philip Saunders eyeing the rim. And we have reached halftime. 26-14. Colonels on top. Subway halftime show on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
Does it seem that most stores don't care about good service these days? Well, at English's Building Supply, good service is still the king. They greet me with a smile, help me select the highest quality Glidden paint, provide expert color matching, and even carry my paint to the car. They help me get the job done right and make it last. At English's Building Supply, the customer is still king. English's Hardware and Building Supply, North Main Street, Altavista.
We're back at Bug Motors on Highway 29, 3 miles south of the Lynchburg Airport. We're talking with Joe, one of the owners at Bug Motors.
Hey, thanks, Dave. You know, here at Bug Motors, we take our customer service as our highest priority. That's why we have our ASE certified master technicians go through every vehicle before it hits the lot, making sure we can deliver our highest quality product to the public. We not only want to take care of the customer beforehand, but for the years to come as well. And remember, you can buy a car anywhere, but you can only buy us here at Bug Motors. Visit bugmotors.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Tracy Robinson of First National Bank. Did you know there are great home mortgage opportunities available right now? With rates being at an all-time low and 100% financing, our recognized mortgage lenders will deliver the right loan for your needs. Put this together with our other progressive mortgage products, our fast local service, and we're ready to lend. First National Bank, over 100 years of dependable custom banking. For you and your money, that's important. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
You have found the Subway halftime show, and the Altavista Colonels have found a 26-14 lead. Really appreciate you tuning in wherever you are out there in radio land or internet land, of course, with kdcountry.com. Thanks to Chris Owen and the TuneIn app, things like that. You can listen wherever you are. Somebody special listening out there in the Rainbow Forest area of Lynchburg, Mr. Briggs. And You know, a lot of those former players down there at the Dan River game, a lot of those guys didn't make the trip tonight, but Eric Poindexter, Mike Poindexter, Devin McCrae, all those guys, I know they tune in when they can't make it to the games. Delvin Woodruff, Darish Hunt, some more names that I know of that have told me that they tune in and listen from time to time.
Darius Stevens listen. All over the place out there.
Can't forget about Darius Stevens, and of course,
one of my all-time favorites.
Absolutely, his father, a fixture on the scene for Colonel Sports for such a long time. Yeah, Darius was a grinder. Not to get in a time machine too much here, but Darius was fun to watch because he was a 110% effort kind of guy all the time. You know,
and major hops for a kid his size.
Sure,
too.
absolutely.
He can really get up.
What, you calling him short?
Yeah, I am. I actually, if he's listening, he knows he's short.
I had to set him up for that, folks. Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs, and I having a good time. Colonel's having a good time. I don't know if it's their A game, Mr. Briggs, but they haven't played bad by any stretch of the imagination at all.
No, they haven't played bad. Haven't turned the ball over a lot. Just it hasn't, I'm sure, been as clean as Coach Cardallero would like it, and certainly not as efficient as he would like it. Only 26 points, which ironically, if you look back at the last Nelson County game, Altavista only had 24 at the half. It was 24-9 last at Altavista when these two teams played. So 5 points for the home advantage for Nelson County so far, trailing by 12.
Yeah, another low-scoring affair. I said that earlier, and you're right, 26 points at half. The Dan River game was low-scoring as well, and I think that's not Coach Cardallero slowing things down. I don't think it's his game plan to take the air out of the ball. But when teams pack it inside the three-point line, whether it's a zone or one of those sagging man-to-man defenses, the Colonels aren't just going to come down and jack threes. They're going to take their time. They're going to be patient. They're going to try and pick apart the defense and find the gaps in the defense. So that's why sometimes you get a low-scoring number.
And they certainly don't mind launching a three.
Sure.
But it's going to be an open three when they take it.
That's exactly right. It's going to be with some ball movement or a penetration kick-out type of three. Subway halftime show rolling on here. We're about halfway through it. You got plenty of great stuff. Remember the Simple 6 menu at Subway. Value made simple every day. Choose from our best 6-inch sandwiches, a bag of chips, and a 21-ounce drink for just $6. That's the Simple 6 menu at Subway. As Oscar said, it's all that and a bag of chips. Colonels lead by 12. We'll step aside momentarily, tell you about some things going on here at Nelson, and talk some about this 4-game week that the Colonels have. 26-14, Altavista on top. You're hearing it all on 105.5 KD Country.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Brought to you by English Construction Company, with offices in Lynchburg.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
26-14, Altavista leads here on the Subway halftime show.
Before we get back to basketball, don't normally do this, but because the Altavista band has been such a prominent fixture and does such a great job supporting, the football team and then the pep band, they're having a stew at the fire department this Saturday from 10 o'clock in the morning to 1. Again, it's Saturday, February 7th from 10 to 1 at the fire department. They're having a stew. Please go by and support them. People in the community do a great job with the Colonel Club and the band with a resurgence over the last several years. Just like the football team kind of rose from the ashes, so has the band. And go by and support them by buying some stew from them.
The Altavista Pep Band is one of the neatest things around. I mean, how many schools can say, hey, we've got a pep band for our basketball games like a college team does? And, you know, when you go to the state tournaments, we see some of those 5A and 6A teams with a pep band. It really adds to the atmosphere. And you heard Coach Cardallero mention on an interview on the Subway pregame show last year, he thinks it's a real benefit. He thinks it makes the atmosphere that much tougher to walk into as an opponent. When you come into Altavista's gym and the pep band is rocking, the crowd is rocking, the crowd is on their feet, the light show, the whole 9 yards, I don't know if it's quite like the championship banners, you know, at the Boston Garden, but it certainly is intimidating for an opponent to walk into that atmosphere.
And it's certainly better than the canned music that we're listening to, just the CD or the beat or whatever. Right. You know, adds a different, it's certainly a unique atmosphere. And again, go by and support them on Saturday from 10 to 1 at the Altavista Fire Department.
Great stuff there. The pep band under the direction of Mr. Mario Ruiz. He's got them rocking. They're always adding new tunes, and they, again, do make it really, really fun. And again, if you haven't heard the pep band, it's not just the old fight song. I mean, they're taking the new stuff. They're taking the old stuff. I mentioned they had the 25 or 624 from Chicago going that one game. It's really great. Bob Alvis, a big fan of the pep band at Altavista. And, you know, the pep band will travel from time to time, especially when we get in the playoffs. Sometimes there's just not enough room for them. You know, those sousaphones and trombones take up a little bit of room there. And, of course,
hope that they can break them down.
Oh, well, you can. That's a good point. Good point. You can break them down and put them in the case. That's true. But, I mean, you got to take them out to play them. And, of course, Mr. Frazier in the trombone section out there. I don't know how long he's been a member of that pep band, but I call him Mr. Frazier because he's one of 2 or 3 members of that pep band, folks, that aren't students. Everybody else is a student, but Mr. Frazier, and I'm going to double-check this. I think there's 1 or 2 other people that are adults, and they just love to get there and just jam out with the guys. They have a good time.
Let's get back to some basketball now, and some scoring totals from the first half. Michi Malback with 4. Juan Thornhill with 3. Donovan Montague with 4. Demetrius Johnson with 2. Darius, the workhorse tonight, with 13. And that is 26 points for the Colonels. 10 of 12 from the line, Kyle, in the first half. So that's huge.
That's nice stuff. And I know that's a number that Coach Cardallero was hoping to see improve as the season gone by as the season has gone by. Pardon me. The free throw line numbers. Colonels coming into the game, they're shooting about 55% as a team, which is not horrible, but again, I think every coach would like to see the number improve.
You want your team up 65, 70%.
Sure.
For Nelson County, Tyler Major with the 1 3-pointer, Najah Taylor with 5, Roman Bridge with 2, Chuck Strimmel with 2, and Mason Roby with 2. They were 2 of 4 from the line, so 10-point difference there in free throw shooting. Big advantage for the Colonels.
That is a big advantage. The Colonels are attacking the basket. They're getting paint touches. They're getting it inside, so you're going to draw more fouls. Nelson County, they've gotten it inside at times. I'm not going to say they haven't tried, but they haven't gotten it inside as much. Colonels lead 26-14. They'll start the second half with the basketball. Subway halftime show is done. Thornhill driving with the left hand, middle of the paint. Bounce pass, kick out to Donovan Montague. Now they get it to Malback. Malback looking for Darius Johnson. Finds brother Demetrius on the opposite block. The right block, and it's good. Demetrius Johnson, nice job getting some space inside after the feed from brother Darius. 28-14. Colonels open the second half in style.
Really unselfish play by Darius, too. He had about a 10-footer, but he sacrificed it for a 6-footer for Demetrius.
Near sideline, Tyler Major has it. Throws it middle of the court to Aaron Floyd. Floyd left side of the paint. Bounce pass to Roby. Roby with the bucket. Nice job by Aaron Floyd, who really broke down the defense with the dribble drive and then left it off on the bounce pass for Roby. Thornhill fouled about 14 feet from the hoop, middle of the paint as he was driving. Colonels will inbound underneath their own scoring basket. That foul's on the floor. First one of the half. Second one on Tyler Major for Nelson County. Bob Alvis wanted us to point out, too, Nelson County always a tough place to play. Heard Coach C mention that in the pregame interview. That's not just for Altavista. That's everybody.
That's right, and you know the team is well coached, too.
Sure, Brandon Garrett, a state championship winner back in 2008. Up ahead, Nelson County with the steal. Major can't get the shot to go. Roby has it, sticks it in from the left side. Mason Roby doing a nice job for the Nelson County Governors. It's a 10-point Colonel lead again. Thornhill driving, crossover, finger roll layup at the hoop, no good. Working for his own rebound. Demetrius Johnson has it right side of the post. Shot up and good, and Demetrius is fouled. Demetrius lost the glass, has stayed with it, kept playing. And Demetrius Johnson headed to the free throw line to convert the old-fashioned three-point play.
One of the questions we had coming into the game was, how's Demetrius' shoulder going to hold up tonight? So far, I'm going to give it an A. A lot of physical contact on that play. He wrestled the ball away and was able to get the basket.
Free throw no good. High rebound was up for grabs, but it's controlled by Najah Taylor of the Nelson County Governors. He splits the defense, ran right through a double team. Finger roll layup from the right side of the rim won't go down. Darius Johnson with the rebound. Malback going the other way. Up ahead to Montague, and Donovan Montague finishes with a little flash there with the finger roll. Montague for two. That prompts a timeout from head coach Brandon Garrett. We'll take it as well. 32-18, 6:17 left to play in the third quarter. Colonel's lead on 105.5 KD Country.
Bench and Bench Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pretty arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Bench and Bench Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
This is one of the bigger gyms that the Colonels will play at, in the regular season anyway, up here at Nelson County, and that may be part of the reason why it's a tough place to play. Floyd had a hard time getting it inbounds for the Governors. He does throw it to Mason Roby near sideline around the three-point line, and now Najah Taylor will bring it into the front court. Governors moving right to left, this time from our perspective. Taylor driving. He had Thornhill really in his face the whole time. Threw up an ill-advised jumper, but they're going to whistle Thornhill for the foul. Right there, 10 feet left wing. Juan saying, I had my hands straight up. There was a little bit of body contact there, though, and Najah Taylor will go to the free throw stripe to shoot two.
And the situation was that Najah threw up such an awkward shot that if he had shot it normally, Juan would have been fine, but he really kind of initiated the contact. Nice, smart play on Najah's part.
Was a smart play. First free throw, no good for Najah Taylor. On the court right now for the Governors, you have Taylor, Chuck Strimmel, Roman Bridge, Tyler Floyd, and Aaron Major. Second freebie will go down for Najah Taylor. Colonel's bringing it in the front court very quickly. Under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. So 32-19 Altavista lead. Juan, floater from about 7 feet, won't go down. Got his own rebound. Extra pass down low to Demetrius Johnson. And Johnson, right under the rim, will finish with the right hand. 34-19. 2 more points from Demetrius Johnson. Demetrius putting together a good third quarter.
And a nice little feed again from Juan.
Another assist for Thornhill. 34-19. Colonel's lead. Nelson County basketball. This is Major. Shot won't go down. He hit the deck after trying it. Malback up ahead. He was looking for Juan Thornhill, taken away by Chuck Strimmel and the Nelson County defense. 5:20 left to play in the third. Taylor lost it. Stolen away by Donovan Montague at the free throw line. Thornhill's going to jog this one into the front court for Altavista. Left wing it goes to Donovan Montague. He'll bounce it up top to Darius Johnson. Colonels don't have anybody in the paint right now. 3 guys over on the left side of the court. Malback is the lone Colonel on the right. Could be a set play coming here. Now Altavista will balance the floor a little bit. The Johnson twins go to low blocks. Darius was on the left, Demetrius on the right. Now they find Darius Johnson, middle of the paint. Bounce past the brother Demetrius. Driving with the left hand. Kick out to Malback for 3. No good. Thornhill on the rebound. Thornhill's shot won't go. And there's Nelson County with the rebound.
You can watch the Colonels. A lot of times they're starting to break, and their feet are absolutely sliding out from under them.
Yeah, this floor we mentioned, a little slippery here at Nelson County. They took the brooms to it, those big dust mop type brooms in between games, but I'm not sure that it helps much at this point. As you said earlier, Oscar, court really badly in need of some resurfacing, reconditioning. It's Nelson County basketball. Najah Taylor, right-hand dribble between the circles. Left wing, he throws it to Major. Major bounce pass down low to Strimmel. Back to Taylor. Taylor will try the three. Dead on. No good. Rebound controlled middle of the paint by Demetrius Johnson. 4 minutes left to play in the third. We're halfway through the Select Air third quarter. 34-19. Colonel's lead. Demetrius, baseline jumper. No good. Rebound is a tie-up and a jump ball. They actually may be whistling Donovan Montague with a foul on this play, Oscar. Yep. They got Donnie with a little over the back. Too much physicality there on the rebound.
No comment.
Just under halfway to play here in the Select Air third quarter. It's a 34-19 Colonel lead. Altavista's made some personnel changes. On the court right now you have Demetrius Johnson, Chancellor Mormon, Nelson Dews, Juan Thornhill, and Michi Malbeck. Loose ball is picked up by Demetrius Johnson on the baseline. Here comes Juan Thornhill, going to bring it up right of center. Bounce pass, right wing to Nelson Dews. Dews, three ball, too short. Rebound controlled by Nelson County. Major has it for the Governors.
First appearance of the night for Brandon Gray, who had 15 and led Nelson County last time they played.
Yep, number 4, Brandon Gray, the senior. Baseline cut. He has the basketball just outside the paint. Overhead pass, middle of the key. It goes to Roman Bridge. Mason Roby lost the basketball. Thornhill going to bring it up near sideline. Right-hand dribble to the basket. Finger roll. Finish. Won't go down. Rebound there by Chuck Strimmel. Strimmel thrown to the ground there. Darius will help him up. Good sportsmanship there as Darius was part of the reason he hit the deck. And now Nelson Dews and Chuck Strimmel having a little back and forth. Maybe the sportsmanship wasn't as good as I thought. Might have spoken too soon.
Yeah,
just two guys playing hard out there, though.
Yeah, and Strimmel's one of those guys who's not the most athletic, not the most elegant on the basketball floor, not graceful, but he's in there to bang, and that's what he's doing.
Listed at 6'1", 190. He's well put together. He's a senior. Floyd driving, dishes off to Brandon Gray. Brandon Gray on the baseline. Right foot just went about 2 feet out of bounds there, and the official right on top of it. Turnover. Basketball headed back to the Colonels. 34-19. 2:50 left to play in the third quarter.
And Gray a little bit anxious after sitting on the bench for the better part of 3 quarters. He's wanted to make an impact.
Great way to phrase it there. He is anxious. Looks like a zone defense again from Nelson County. Chancellor Mormon will try the three. Too short from the iron. No good. Here comes Gray. Transition fast break. Thornhill will get called for the block. Juan thought he got down there in time to get the feet set for the charge. Brandon Gray shot doesn't go in, but he'll go to the free throw line. It's a 34-19 Altavista Colonel lead. Brandon Gray, the senior guard for Nelson County, will shoot 2 free throws. Couple dribbles for Gray. He sports those knee pads / leggings that a lot of guys are wearing now. You see a lot of guys in the pros wearing the knee pads. And nobody for Altavista really wears the extra stuff, Oscar. You don't see many knee braces. You don't see ankle braces. You don't see knee pads. You don't see the Allen Iverson / LeBron James arm sleeves or anything like that. Altavista pretty old school with their look all the way around. Rebound by Demetrius Johnson. Good physical play in front there by Demetrius to take it away.
Strimmel challenged him, but Demetrius was having none of that.
None of that. Seems like the injury has not slowed Demetrius. 3 ball up from Malbeck. No good. Rebounded by Josh McClure. McClure off the window. Won't fall down. Second chance will. Josh McClure staying after it. The perseverance underneath. And he gets rewarded with 2 points and a trip to the free throw line. 36-19. Colonels up the lead. 2:14 left to play in the third.
Boy, nice contribution by Josh McClure. We've talked about it all year long. When he comes in, he's not doesn't have great hops, but boy, he has a nose for the basketball. Great position, boxes out, great footwork, and he's getting rebounds every night.
Always in the right place, understands the fundamentals, knocks down the free throw, in this case, for the old-fashioned three-point play. 37-19, Colonels lead. Gray gets it in the front court, leaves it off for Tyler Major. Major, couple bounces, left-hand dribble to the free throw line. Kick out to Brandon Gray. Brandon Gray's three, too strong, and it's rebounded by Nelson Dews right in front. Colonels going the other way on the attack. 37-19, they lead. Dews has it, left wing. He'll go middle of the court back to Thornhill. Nelson Dews, left wing, 3 ball, too strong, no good. Brandon Gray there for the uncontested board for Nelson County. Oh, one-hand no-look pass was a little too hot. Philip Saunders not on the same page as Brandon Gray, and it's out of bounds off the cheerleaders here at Nelson County. It'll be Altavista basketball.
Good vision by Gray, and I like the thought process, but he just whistled it by Saunders.
37-19, Colonel's lead. Two-pointer here would make it a full 20-point advantage for Altavista. If you joined us late, the Colonels have led the entire game by varying degrees. Governors had it cut down to about 8 there in the second quarter. Demetrius Johnson, 5 feet away on the right post. Shot won't go down, but he is fouled. And I was saying the Colonels led 12-5 at the end of the first, 26-14 at the end of the half. It's been an Altavista lead by 1 degree or another the entire ball game. Demetrius Johnson to the charity stripe to shoot 2 for the Colonels. First one's up and in, off the back iron and down for Demetrius Johnson. You know what I mean about the old school look for the Altavista Colonels, Oscar? You never see anybody with an arm sleeve or an elbow guard, that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't think Coach Cardallero prohibits them, but I just think it's just, a blue-collar, old-school kind of a ball club.
I totally concur. I mean, that's no headbands.
Dribble here for Najah Taylor. He's looking for help. He's going to get whistled, I believe, with a moving screen there. It is a foul on number 20, Chuck Strimmel. I mentioned Taylor was looking for help. Strimmel came his way to try and set the screen, but Strimmel never had the feet set. 39-19, Colonels lead by 20. 60 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Overhead pass, left wing to Malback. Middle of the court, it goes back to Thornhill. Thornhill will inch it toward the three-point line. Looks like a 2-3 zone for Nelson County. 3-ball up and 3-ball good by Josh McClure from the right wing. First time the Colonels have hit from 3 tonight, Oscar.
It is, and the advantage of starting with Donovan Montague is that you do have that explosive. Josh McClure can knock down some threes. You have that extra scoring power coming off the bench.
Roby has it. Free throw line extended. Ball poked away momentarily, but Najah Taylor recovers. He lost the basketball, but they're going to say he is fouled. It's either on Darius or Demetrius Johnson. Still waiting for a signal from one of the officials. 28.7 seconds left in the third quarter. It's a 42-19 Altavista Colonel lead. Maybe it wasn't a foul. Basketball just... No, foul was on Demetrius Johnson. Pardon me. Inbound play, chest pass to Tyler Major. Major driving the left hand, left side of the paint. Leaves it off for Roby. Roby looking for a man inside with Strimmel. Nobody there. Darius has the steal. Up ahead to Michi Malback. Malback, right side of the iron for the layup. No good. Rebound collected by Najah Taylor. Up ahead to Brandon Gray. Gray into the paint quickly. Kick out 3 for Tyler Major. No good. Rebounded by Josh McClure. Down to 5 seconds in the quarter. Colonel's got to hurry if they want to get a good look to end the proceedings here. Basketball poked out of bounds by Chuck Strimmel. And the referees will end the third quarter. Thought it might have gone out of bounds with a few tenths left. They say no. We've played 3. The Colonels have the 42-19 advantage. Fourth quarter on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family. See your friends at Highview Motors. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
The Altavista Colonels not treating the host very well here on the Hawaiian Luau night, sponsored by the Spanish club. Oscar Briggs bought one of the leis, right, as they're known over there on the islands. All the students are decked out in beach gear, and they got the leis on, and some guys got some hats, and they're into it. Nice atmosphere up here at Nelson County tonight, but I said, Colonels, just too strong in the first 3 quarters, Oscar.
Yeah, certainly that quarter they outscored Nelson 16-5 and stretched it out to a 42-19 lead. Led by Demetrius Johnson in that quarter with 6, and Josh McClure with 6 as well. Nice offensive boost by Josh.
We'll give you a chance to win with Subway in the Subway postgame show. Your chance to win a foot-long meal deal, courtesy of Subways in Altavista. All you have to do is like KD Country on Facebook, then we're going to give you the code word in the post-game show. Foul here will give Nelson County an inbounds play on the right side of their scoring hoop. Stephen Tuso back in the game for Nelson. Now they're going to inbound it on the sideline. Officials had to confer and get things straight. Governor basketball with 7:50 left to play in the ball game. 42-19, Colonel's lead. Thornhill guarding Najah Taylor. Taylor gets by him, meets a bunch of other Colonels, dishes it off. It hit the side of the backboard there. That was Aaron Floyd on the jump shot attempt.
Yeah, Floyd was right on the baseline and at about 8-10 feet out, had virtually no angle to get that ball near the basket.
Tried to sneak it around the backboard, but just could not.
Laws of physics prohibit that.
Mateo Ball back in the basketball game. Overhead pass to the right point finds Josh McClure. McClure, chest pass, flings it to Demetrius Johnson. Johnson, long pass down low to the post, finds brother Darius Johnson. Darius is fouled. Darius going to go back to the free throw strike to shoot 2 more for the Colonels.
Colonels 13 out of 16 from the line tonight.
That's great stuff right there. Darius looking to add to his and the Altavista point total from the free throw line. First one is up and down for Darius Johnson. At one point, Darius had made more... he had half of the team's free throws at one point. I think that number has fallen a little bit, but Darius obviously still leading the team in free throws. He had 48 of them coming into the ball game. So he's well over 50, probably up over 55 now, right? Osprey's made both of those right there. Colonels lead 44-19.
9 out of 10 from the line.
Wow. That's good stuff from Darius Johnson, the senior postman for the Altavista Colonels. Brandon Gray holds it over his head. Oh, nice look down low to find Tuso. Stephen Tuso slipped by his defender and got free underneath. 2 points. Thornhill to the rim. Fouled. Shot won't fall down. Boy, Juan gets to that hoop very quickly. You can't even mention the nice bucket from Stephen Tuso before Juan is in full flight heading to the rim.
Yeah, and he had evil intentions on that too, and got interrupted.
Thornhill will toe the free throw line. Gray shoes, orange soles, black socks. Juan's been sporting a little bit of black tape on his right wrist. He wore that in the Dan River game. I think just a little tweak in the wrist or the hand there. Wants a little support.
And we'd be remiss in mentioning
free throw no good. I know what you're going to mention. Darius Johnson wants you to wait, though, as he collects the rebound on the free throw, dumps it in for 2 more. Darius Johnson, nice bucket there. Governors going quickly. Gray off-balance pass is intercepted by Donovan Montague. Mateo Malbeck has it now. He got it stolen away by Brandon Gray from behind. Gray never really had a full handle on it. Najah Taylor will slow things down and control. Long front court pass goes to Aaron Floyd. Floyd lost it now. Governor's in trouble over there in front of the scorer's table. Wow, finds Najah Taylor. One bounce pass to Roman Bridge. Bridge lost it, fell down, maybe a traveling call. Montague comes out of there with it. Thornhill bounce pass intercepted. Not the prettiest basketball we've seen in the night. Nelson County, Tuso has it in front of the free throw line, down a Bridge, outside the paint. Gray's pass is intercepted. Bunch of guys trying passes, and more than half of them not finding the intended target. 47-21, 6:01 left to play in the ball game.
Yeah, and I was going to say that we'd be remiss in mentioning a big day for Juan Thornhill tomorrow. Kyle.
Juan Thornhill National Signing Day. He's going to do it at Fellers Chevrolet. And 12 o'clock start time, 1 o'clock start time. Let's check with Eleanor Haney. She knows. I believe it's a noon start time for that. And he'll sign the national letter of intent. Media expected to be there. KD Country will be there for sure. Free throw good by Stephen Tuso. That was a 1-and-1 there as the Colonels have committed their 7th team foul. Nelson County also was 7. 47-22. Altavista leads. Stephen Tuso will try the second one here. He is a 6'6 senior. A lot of seniors on this ball club for Brandon Garrett. Second free throw didn't hit anything. Air ball, and that is a violation. So it'll be Altavista basketball.
Woefully short.
On the court right now for the Colonels. Michi Malbeck, Mateo Malbeck, Lawrence Galliard, Donovan Montague, and Demetrius Johnson. Basketball out of bounds. Michi Malbeck and Demetrius Johnson not on the same page. Michi thought he was going to go left. Darius went right, and hence the errant pass. Nelson County ball. They'll inbound near sideline, 47-22. They trail the Altavista Colonels. 5:51 left to play in the Select Air fourth quarter.
And Coach Carlero not real happy right now. Shaking his head, got his arms crossed.
Colonels have the lead, but I don't think he is particularly fond of how they're playing here late in the fourth quarter. 3-ball up, 3-ball good for Najah Taylor. Dotting the I out there from the middle of the court for three, 47-25. Taylor's hit a couple times from long distance tonight.
Colonel's just a little complacent.
Zone defense again for Nelson County. Galliard catches free throw line, couple dribbles to the hoop. Shot won't go, rebounded by Steven Tuso. He lost it. Believe they're going to whistle a Colonel with the foul there. That's Demetrius Johnson will get called with the foul. And you're right, they do look a little complacent. I think you can see from who Coach Cardellaro is substituting back in there, he is not particularly pleased with what's going on the court right now for Altavista.
And let's reset. He's got Michi Mall back, Darius Johnson, Josh McClure, Thornhill, and Donovan Montague. Demetrius has done a good job tonight. He's logged some substantial minutes, and nice job tonight by Demetrius for his first game back after 3 weeks on the bench.
Very good point. Free throw up high, missed shot. Will get rebounded by Darius Johnson underneath. Thornhill will bring it up near sideline. Colonels moving left to right in this half. In the road, black jerseys. Next game is tomorrow night. Altavista hosting Brookville. That was a spirited affair on Timberlake Road about a week and a half ago. And I think tomorrow night will prove to be the same. Montague catches baseline. They'll get backed away from the basket. Right wing, they get it to Juan Thornhill.
Colonels won that game against Brookville. I believe he's 60-48.
Colonels taking some time. Thornhill double-teamed at midcourt. Finds Montague at the free throw line. Another bounce pass down low was for Darius Johnson. Knocked away. Stolen by the Governors. Here comes Brandon Gray. Gray, bounce pass. That's Floyd. Floyd bounce pass to Najah Taylor. Brandon Gray going to try a three. Right wing, no good. McClure there with the box out and the rebound on the left side for the Colonels. Thornhill in transition. No look for Donovan Montague. Swatted away by Nelson County. Governors doing a nice job getting in the passing lanes. Tyler Major trying to run down a loose ball. He does so. Steven Tuso now stolen away by Darius Johnson. Johnson will lead the fast break. Up ahead to Malbeck, then to Thornhill. Touch pass to Darius. Wow, what a ball movement play there by the Thornhills. Darius Johnson gets the bucket. It touched four Colonels in less than a second's time.
Yeah, and I think Michi was originally looking for Juan for the dunk. Juan might have had the opportunity, but certainly saw Darius cut into the basket and gave it up to Darius. Again, beautiful ball movement by the very unselfish by the Colonels.
What a play. Darius was bringing it up with the dribble. He was about 15 feet away from the hoop. He threw it down low to Malbeck. Michi just tapped it to Juan. Juan then tapped it to the right post to Darius, who continued running on the play. And honestly, folks, it touched four Colonels in about a second's time. Thornhill sends it right corner to Donovan Montague. McClure will circle the defense to his left, middle of the court. He gets it down in the low corner to Darius Johnson. Colonels spreading the court now. You've got all five guys outside the paint, and they're all very close to the sideline or the baseline. Thornhill, left wing to Michi Malbeck, now left corner to Darius Johnson. Johnson, lob pass over the top looking for Michi. Poked away by Tyler Major. It'll stay with the Colonels. It's an Altavista lead, 49-25. 3.5 left to play in the ball game.
I think when you talk to Coach Carlero tomorrow and in the interview, I think one of the things he's going to be concerned about is their passing and the zip that they don't have on the ball.
Sometimes it's not just the zip on the ball. It's not accurate. And there's one right there. Thornhill threw it away. Tyler Major got the steal. Major, big strides left side of the hoop. Count the basket, and he is fouled. Tyler Major got the steal on one end. Brought it all the way down to the other end, left side of the paint, and with the left hand finish. And now he's at the free throw line to try and cap off a nice full court run. 49-27. Colonels still lead.
Beautiful shot.
Free throw is up and good for Tyler Major. He's a junior for the Nelson County Governors. On the court right now for the Altavista Colonels, Darius Johnson, Juan Thornhill, Josh McClure, Michi Malbeck, and Donovan Montague.
Colonels lead 49-28 with 3 minutes remaining in the ballgame.
21-point advantage for Altavista. Demetrius Johnson heading to the free throw line. Timeout on the court. We'll take it as well. Colonels up, 3:01 left to play in the basketball game. It's an Altavista lead, 49-28 on 105.5 KD Country.
My friends call me the perfectionist. But English's Building Supply, my neighborhood Glidden paint dealer, they greet me by name. You see, I like to get things exactly right, especially when it comes to my painting projects. So I'm in English's Building Supply a lot, whether it's mixing the perfect Glidden paint for my project or offering great incentives. They do business just the way I like it, perfectly. English's on North Main Street, Altavista.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Always a fun trip for us up here at Nelson County, getting to chat with athletic director Billy League, former football coach here, and got his number retired in the gymnasium. He was a standout basketball player in his day.
Altavista girls up at the end of the third quarter, 36-4. You got that right, 36-4.
Wide margin down there for the Altavista Lady Colonels. Tie up at midcourt. Josh McClure got swarmed by two Nelson County defenders. Jump ball, possession arrow favors the Governors. 21-point Colonel lead. It does feel a bit closer than that. Altavista hasn't played great here in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Foul as Thornhill hits the deck. That'll be an offensive foul on number 24, Daquan Bell, who checked back in the game for Nelson County. Just ran right through Juan Thornhill there trying to set a screen.
21-point lead, and Coach Carlero is still playing starters. They're working on some stuff hard.
They are working on some stuff, and we mentioned it's a 4-game week. Colonels host Brookville tomorrow, Chatham Friday, and Appomattox Saturday. So you know Coach Carlero trying to get the kinks straightened out here.
If they're not sharper tomorrow night, Brookville can beat them.
Brookville has a very good basketball club, coached by former Colonel player Scotty Jester. Demetrius Johnson holds it in the corner over his head. Lob pass down low for brother Demetrius. Demetrius double team, trying to go to the hoop. He is fouled. Basketball never even got out of his hands as there were a couple Nelson County Governors draped around those muscular arms of Demetrius Johnson.
I like it. His glasses got knocked off, and again, you talked about never got it up above his, got it out of his arms, and he couldn't. He was wrapped up, but good test for that shoulder on that play, too.
Yeah, very much so. Demetrius on the free throw stripe. Bend at the knee, shot up and good. Boy, the strokes are looking better for Altavista from the free throw line. They appear more confident. Good rotation on the basketball. They're taking their time, but they're not taking too long. Sometimes you can sit at that free throw stripe and think about it for a while. Better off to take 1 or 2 dribbles and then bend at the knees and fire that thing up. That's just what Demetrius did. He knocked down 2 of 2 on that trip.
5 of 6 in a quarter for the Colonels.
51-28. Altavista on top. We're about to reach the 2-minute warning here. In the corner it goes to number 32. That's Alex Hicks, checked into the game for his first action. He's looking to hand it off to Brandon Gray. Does so. Gray moving to his right quickly. Ball taken away by Juan Thornhill. Thornhill up ahead to Michi Malback. Malback left side of the rim. It's good for 2 on the layup for Michi Malback. 53-28. Colonel stretching out the lead. 1:45 left to play. Najah Taylor now. Right-hand dribble. Oh, stolen away by Juan Thornhill. Juan going to come up the right side. We have liftoff. Juan Thornhill with the power right-hand dunk. And he is fouled in the act. When you saw Thornhill steal it around the midcourt circle, Oscar, I think that we had the same idea. And Thornhill with the ferocious right-hand jam and the finish with the foul for Altavista.
Tuso was going after him. Again, Tuso, was that Tuso that went after him? That was Cody Baker that went after him on that, trying to block it. And Baker's a 6'4", 6'5" kid, and got there too late because that was a thunder one-hand dunk by Juan Thornhill.
Don't be late when Juan Thornhill comes to the party. Free throw line, no good. Thornhill has Nelson Dews waiting at the table as a substitute. Colonel's got 4 fresh faces in there. We'll get them for you in a second. Middle of the paint jumper goes down for Tyler Major. Nice pass by Alex Hicks, and then Major with the soft touch. Thornhill, shake and bake move, headed to the basket, stops his dribble, bounces it to Lawrence Galliard. On the court right now for the Colonels, as Thornhill is fouled at midcourt. It's Mateo Malback, Lawrence Galliard, Chancellor Mormon, Jordan Witcher, and Juan Thornhill. Thornhill fouled, as I said, at midcourt, losing the basketball. So he'll go back to the free throw line. Nelson Dew is going to have to wait at the scorer's table.
Juan 1 for 3 in the quarter from the line.
55-30. It's a 25-point Colonel lead. Free throw up for Thornhill, no good. It's a two-shot foul because Altavista, double bonus situation. Nelson County has committed 10 fouls. Second one on the way for the senior, Juan Thornhill. The magic man won't go down. Got his own rebound. Stick back won't go. Rebound still loose. Now Galliard has it. Throws it to Chancellor Mormon. Mormon can't get it to go. Thornhill had his paws on it for a second. Then it's over to Mormon. Thornhill just tries to get rid of it like a hot potato. Jordan Witcher will try the three. It's good. Jordan Witcher with a fist pump for the Colonels. And the three ball goes down. 58-30. Colonels lead. Thornhill's got another steal at half court, but they'll whistle him for a foul. He picked the pocket of Najat Taylor, but might have been a little too physical in the process. Thornhill will now get to exit the ball game, and I'm sure he'll receive a nice warm applause from the Colonel crowd that has made the trip. A lot of folks made the drive up 29 here, and I'm sure we have a lot of people listening back home and throughout the Central Virginia area. Free throws on the way for Najat Taylor, Oscar Briggs. It's going to be a fun week. I'm looking forward to this week. It's almost like a baseball season. The Colonels got to go on the road for this one. Then they have a 3-game homestand.
3-game homestand. Yeah, it is going to be a fun week.
First free throw back iron, no good for Najat Taylor. 49.6 seconds left to play in this one. Subway post-game show to follow. That free throw no good. Rebounded by number 32, Lawrence Galliard for the Altavista Colonels. Basketball poked away momentarily. Go ahead, Mr.
Tyler
Briggs.
Major, again, he's had a nice little ball game.
Yeah, he'll check out of the game. He's a player that wears the long sleeves, not just one sleeve like I talked about with Allen Iverson or LeBron James. He wears 2 long sleeves out there. A couple guys for Nelson County doing that. Altavista with 37 seconds. They have the basketball. Looks like they're just going to try and run out this clock. Not sure Coach Cardellaro wants to see him shoot, but he is still working hard, coaching on the sideline there. Barking out instructions for Altavista. Zeus thinks about a 3 from the left wing. 21 seconds left to play in the ball game. Shovel pass to Chancellor Mormon. Mormon driving, left-hand finish, won't fall down. Loose ball controlled by Najat Taylor. Nice move by Mormon to get to the bucket, just couldn't get the shot to fall down. 7 seconds, down to 6. 3 ball up for Alex Hicks, no good. Galliard with the rebound, saved in. That's going to do it. We're down to 1 second. Final horn blows, and the Colonels get a big win. 58-30, they beat the Nelson County Governors. Subway post-game show right after this on 105.5 KD Country.
Have you looked at your business banking fees lately? I'm Sean Stone with First National Bank, and we have the best business accounts which offer serious savings for your company. We have a full menu of business products from checking accounts and remote deposit capture to online banking. And we have a local merchant card representative who will customize services just for your business. So let First National Bank prepare an analysis of your current activity and show how we will reduce your banking fees. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling.
We're back at Bug Motors on Highway 29, 3 miles south of the Lynchburg Airport. We're talking with Joe, one of the owners at Bug Motors.
Hey, thanks, Dave. You know, here at Bug Motors, we take our customer service as our highest priority. That's why we have our ASE certified master technicians go through every vehicle before it hits the lot, making sure we can deliver our highest quality product to the public. We not only want to take care of the customer beforehand, but for the years to come as well. And remember, you can buy a car anywhere, but you can only buy us here at Bug Motors. Visit bugmotors.com for more information.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels win 58-30. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country or perhaps kdcountry.com, maybe with the TuneIn app. Wherever you are, we appreciate you tuning in and joining us for this good basketball game tonight. Ends up being a 28-point victory for Altavista. Their Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs. What'd you see? It looked like the Colonels did really pick up the intensity late in the game, and that's not easy to do when you're up by such a big margin.
No, they did pick up the intensity. The things you said what I liked, I did like their defensive intensity. I like their work on the boards. I like the fact that Demetrius looked like he hadn't been away for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
On the flip side, some things that I didn't like. I thought they were a little complacent with the ball, lackadaisical. The passes weren't crisp. They weren't on target. Turned the ball over too many times. Again, if they do that against Brookville tomorrow night, they stand a good chance of getting beat.
Yeah, Altavista ended up beating the Bees by a pretty good margin, but that was a basketball game at Brookville High School 10 days or so ago that was really back and forth for a while. Bob Alvis and I called that one. We had a lot of fun up there, and I think Brookville possibly has the revenge factor in mind, too, because there was a little bit of talking. There was some conversations on the court. I think the Bees at one point even got under the Colonel's skin just a little bit. So that's going to be one that's highly anticipated. And, yeah, you said it. I mean, the Colonels did make some passes that were a little bit lackadaisical. You know, it's not just the passer, too. I mean, the recipient has to do their best to meet the pass and cut down that angle. If you're going to go to the one-hand pass and telegraph it, you better have a pretty nice window, or otherwise it better be a two-handed chest pass or a bounce pass, preferably with some zip on it. So that is something that I will try to mention to Coach Carler, not mention, ask him about in the Subway pregame show tomorrow. This is the Subway postgame show. Eat fresh at two great locations in Altavista, Main Street, and then also in the Walmart on the Clarion Road. Customer service impeccable as always. Our dear friend Robert Duff giving us some updates from the girls game earlier. You had a halftime score final there. The Altavista Lady Colonels beat Nelson County 47-9. So a 28-point win here. Boy, I'm trying to do the math right now, Mr. Briggs. That's a 38-point win for the Lady Colonels.
Something else I did like is that the Colonels 18 out of 25 from the free throw line, 76%. That's darn good shooting. Another thing I didn't like, looks like there continues to be a lid on the basket for Juan. He's gotten to the rim several times in the last two games, and just the ball is bouncing odd. Hasn't been able to quite finish it. So something to be concerned about. Again, if you're looking for negatives, it's hard to do with this Colonel's team.
Yeah, interesting point there. Juan has been a guy his entire career that has not had a problem finishing at the basket. I mean, you get him inside 5 feet. Normally he's got a head of steam, too. He converts upwards of 90% of those. But you're right. He seems to maybe it's just chalking up to bad luck. I don't know. I'll tell you what, though, Mr. Briggs. He did finish one tonight with some thunder. The serious right-hand power jam from Juan Thornhill coming in from the right side. We've seen that a lot throughout his career as well. We'll step aside for a final time out here in the Subway post-game show. Your chance to win with Subway happens right after this. We'll wrap it up with stats, players of the game, and maybe talk about the Bees coming into town a little bit more as we finish up. Colonels with the big victory up here at Nelson County, 58-30. You heard every second of the action live on 105.5 KD Country.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
How bad is it, Doctor?
We've done all we can. Your heat pump's not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
Honey, it's going to be okay. We'll call Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, 332-2600. With over 60 years experience, they'll have us comfortable again in no time.
I recommend Select Air to all my patients. Call 332-2600 or visit selectairmechanical.com. They can handle all your home comfort needs, and they're an authorized trained dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments. Celebrate celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Bench Funeral and Cremation Service, a family serving family since 1905.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
58-30, the Altavista Colonels beat the Nelson County Governors tonight in Livingston. I'm Kyle Haney. He is Oscar Briggs. Eleanor Haney, our sound engineer back at home base, making it all work perfectly as usual. Oscar, I thought you hit the nail on the head in the first part of the Subway post-game show. A lot of positives from this one. Shot a lot better from the free throw line. The defense was very solid. You get Demetrius back. He played well. Looks like he's showing no ill effects from the shoulder injury. But there were certainly some cons in there as well. But I think the Colonels are in good shape, and it could be a question of ratcheting up the intensity a little bit tomorrow when the Bees come in town.
And maybe a little bit of letdown after the Dan River game, knowing that they had really on paper and in the past have outplayed Nelson County earlier this year. So maybe just not, like you said, ratcheted up to full intensity. Some scoring totals tonight.
Yeah,
first for Altavista, Michi Malbeck with 6. Juan with 6. Donovan Montague with 6. Demetrius Johnson with 10. Darius Johnson with 21. Big night for him. Jordan Witcher with 3. Josh McClure with 6. And those 6 were big. The Colonels had flattened out, needed a little bump. Josh came in, got those quick 6. So nice job by McClure. 58 points for the Colonels. For Nelson County, Tyler Major with 8. Najah Taylor with 9. Roman Bridge with 2. Chuck Strimmel with 2. Stephen Tussaud with 3. And Mason Roby with 6.
Balanced scoring from both ball clubs. Darius Johnson weighting things heavily for the Altavista Colonels with 21. He played a great ball game, scored a ton from the free throw line, and coming into the game, Darius was averaging 13.6, Demetrius 13.8. I have a feeling this performance will be enough for Darius to pass brother Demetrius in that category. So maybe a little bragging rights tomorrow at the breakfast table, but with another ball game, no reason why that it has to be secure for more than one game. Demetrius could jump back in front as far as that point total goes. The point total that matters is the 58-30 team win for the Altavista Colonels here today. I believe it is time for your chance to win with Subway, Oscar Briggs. You thought I was going to forget all about that.
No.
Let's see. I'm going to do something a little different. We haven't had a chance to talk about the Super Bowl. We didn't talk about the Super Bowl. Probably better off that we avoid it. But the first person that the first person to post your Super Bowl MVP to the KD Country Facebook page will get you a foot-long meal deal courtesy of Subway in Altavista. Post your Super Bowl MVP, your personal Super Bowl MVP, to the KD Country Facebook page. I'm sorry, I got a little tongue-tied there. I was thinking about some other things. Maybe you're a Tom Brady guy. Maybe you're a Julian Edelman guy. Maybe you want to put Marshawn Lynch's name up there. Just post the name of any player that played in the Super Bowl, and you can win yourself a foot-long meal deal, courtesy of Subways in Altavista, as Oscar Briggs scores with the empty bottle toss in the trash can.
The moving trash can.
Make
no mistake about it. It's time for the Chris Owen player of the game.
Degree of difficulty added. Yes, it is. I'll go first, as usual, for the Nelson County Governors. I thought the big man, Mason Roby, set the tone early. He's a great-looking player. He's a big guy. He's got a lot of hair. He's got him in dreadlocks. He wears the glasses and a headband as well, so he's hard to miss out there. He scored some nice buckets early and set the tone for the Governors.
Yeah, I think you make a great point, and just for that, I'm going to go a different route. Tyler Major was big throughout the game, hit the first 3 for him, and battled hard, made some nice defensive plays, got to the line. Tyler Major for me. For Altavista, as usual, I'm going first as we flip-flop. Again, it's easy to go with the leading scorer. Darius Johnson with 21. I'm not.
Okay.
Boy, Demetrius looked good. After 3 weeks away, coming back, he battled, got into double figures, was solid from the free throw line. 2 for 3. Big 6 points in the third quarter. Demetrius Johnson, player of the game, Chris Owen for me.
Great pick right there, all the way around. One, distributing the dunk, maul back defensively, distributing, scored some points. Everybody was rebounding well, it seemed, Montague and the brothers Johnson. You went with Demetrius Johnson, and, hey, let me go on record. It's great to see Demetrius back. He's a lot of fun to watch play. I think the Colonels are really happy to have him back. I know he's happy to get back out there on the hardwood for his senior season. I will go with the other brother Johnson, though. I will go with Darius. 21 points, too hard for me to overlook. He was great from the free throw line. He was great from everywhere. Hopefully we were great. We appreciate you tuning in. Got a really exciting ball game on tap tomorrow. The Brookville Bees will be in town. Subway pregame show will start around 6:45 or 7 o'clock. Make sure you tune in. Tomorrow is the usual time for the Honky Tonk Jukebox, so the Honky Tonk Jukebox will have to come on after the ball game, but that'll be good. The Sugar Daddy's going to play some love songs, get you all ready for Valentine's Day. Talked about a little love in the air earlier, and February, a great time to be around. Groundhog Day, the most underrated holiday, President's Day, Valentine's Day, and, of course, some seriously good high school hoops. And it is brought to you in part by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter, comfortable in between. Highview Motors GMC, from small to tall. Highview has it all. English Construction Company, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. Fellers Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Services, a family serving family since 1905. Select Air, mechanical and electrical, your authorized train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Bug Motors, over 40 cars and trucks in stock. And I'm sure you've heard the Bug Motors morning show on 105.5 KD Country, the only place to win Regal Cinemas movie tickets. First National Bank, focused on providing extraordinary customer experience. And English Building Supply, your complete home center, your Glidden paint expert. That's why they call him the perfectionist. Your live internet broadcast at kdcountry.com or with the TuneIn app, brought to you by Chris Owen, your Allstate agent in Lynchburg. Hoops fans are always in good hands with Chris Owen. That'll wrap it up for us. Colonels get the win, 58-30 over the Nelson County Governors. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country.